Nnamdi Kanu's 10 years trial is closed. Refused to enter his defense. All right, dear listeners, in fact, today was a very different thing entirely. Today's trial, though, was very short, but um, still very, very interesting. The IPOP leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu single-handedly ended the trial himself. I haven't read his case file and came up with the decision that he doesn't think there is need for him to enter the defense. No wonder he was demanding for his case file first from his lawyer before entering the defense. So I haven't seen his case file today, went through it, then he came up with the conclusion that look, there is no need entering this defense because from what I have gotten here, it shows that I have no case to answer. Yes, and besides, I've not been accused of anything. I'm taking you straight to the streets for you to hear from the people's mouth because people really talk on this matter. Please help to share this video, raise your comments, and also try to send us messages. Let's hear this.
Getting straight to the point, before now, we started hearing names of Aisha Buhari is going to be involved. Wike and the rest of them are going to be involved, and of course, Buhari's name should be. But he said, "What the wife Aisha should represent the husband anyway." But from the revelation we are seeing now, from what Jason Motosho did, giving the voices that are of advocacy coming from the elite political class from the southern part of the country. I'm not referring to Ned Nwoko, who is a service senator presently, where he came out publicly on air and disclosed to the whole world, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot be tried because one, there's a court order, that has not been vacated. So, and this is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has actually maintained for a very long time when he was saying that, right here in this court, I will defeat them. So the matter has gone beyond, what people think, even though it's clearly that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being held not according by law, but according to interest. Now that interest now has become a national embarrassment, put Nigeria to a point of mockery, especially coming from the judicial institutions, where everybody believes the law, they are the holders of the law. The hope of the common man. Even if you get there, definitely by omission or commission, you'll be able to get justice. But it shows very clearly that among all the judges in Nigeria, the Nigerian Judicial Council, the NBA, and so many of them, could not be able to provide a particular judge immediately Binta Nyako left. And this Binta Nyako told the whole world as at that time that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a higher reality, and it will be very difficult for him to squeeze into a corner. But when people thought that was not true, we saw there's a Motosho, imagine from nowhere, but this Motosho has a very controversial judgment that has painted him in another angle when he passed a certain judgment in Rivers State against the governor elect then, talking about Simi Fubara. So from there, we begin to start to know who this Omotosho really is. We begin to see that his judgment, pronunciation, towards Mazi Nnamdi Kanu might likely, not being according to law, might be according to, a certain agreed, plan, to make it look as if it is the law that judged him. But you can see, all of a sudden, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was able to twist, that, dangerous ambush by the federal government, and by saying that it's going to involve some kind of witnesses. I'm not giving the whole word how we got to a point where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has, finally split the Nigerian judiciary, split the federal system, and split anything that has to do with the foundation that lead to legal interpretation in Nigeria concerning the issue that has to do with terrorism and treasonable charges. We can go along, but what they don't know is that this Nnamdi Kanus case has attracted, what court art. I repeat, it has attracted what court art to the extent. I think that's where the federal government needs to be very careful now, because the judge, the Supreme Court judge of one of the nations in Africa, I don't want to mention the name, but his name ended with Edo, made it very clearly that, there's a state Nigerian government will push Nnamdi Kanu to defend himself, which is a suicide mission. It might get to a point that the World Court will be invoked on Nigeria, and Nnamdi Kanu will definitely walk away with a referendum right there inside the court. With a referendum, that's what the man is saying. Right there inside the court. We have seen people who have gone to court before to defend themselves. It's nothing new. But in this kind of situation, a little bit dangerous for Nnamdi Kanu. But I think to an extent, he has been able to tell the whole world how innocent he is.
Well, you said, right here in the court, that the World Court can declare or give Nnamdi Kanu the referendum of Biafra that he wants. But this is Nigeria that has not obeyed the 2022 UN Working Committee order to release Nnamdi Kanu. So do you think that this government will want to obey the World Court Act, just like you said?
Let me just tell you, too many fish in the pond can stir up the mud. That's what James Hadley actually said. By the time you begin to gather all the atrocities Nigerian government has carried out against human rights, let me just put it that way, it has become so enormous, and it has become something that has become, the whole world has come to notice it. So at any point the world wants to strike Nigeria, and they're going to strike Nigeria from different angles, just like what we are experiencing in the Middle East currently now. Everything that is happening in Nigeria is being documented, which will be used against Nigeria at any particular time. Can the lawyers or the SAN or the legal luminaries of this country deny the knowledge that they don't know there's a World Court Act that can be invoked on a situation like where Nnamdi Kanu find itself? That's a clear fact. They will not come and tell you. But you can see the delegates from World Court, who visited Nnamdi Kanu, has already made it publicly that Nigeria should be careful unless they walk away with referendum right there in the court, because by the time and if they try to do it that means Nigeria is attracting consequences of international community, World Court, ICC, and a lot of that, and that will be too dangerous for Nigeria. Thank God, to an extent now, the matter has taken place, and it has been adjourned. Nnamdi Kanu has come out very clearly and stated his position. That he has gone through the case file, that he didn't see anything incriminating, that he has no case to answer, and this is the position of that man. One, under William Ruto currently now, we saw the decision of the Kenyan court. Not only that, we saw several courts in judgment, saying that this man is innocent, he didn't commit any crime. Not only that, their own Fulani courts too, pronounced judgment. that up to the Supreme Court, and I can give you an insight of what the Supreme Court said on each of the charges that was against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You can go.
Nnamdi Kanu doesn't have any case with the Nigerian government. He doesn't. He said it today in the court, and that's one of the reasons why he refused to enter his defense. What is he going to be saying with a trial that he doesn't have anything with the government? He doesn't have any case with them. Understand? They according to him in the file where the file that he read, he said it that if the judge feels that he has a case, as he said, please read it out. Why didn't Omotosho read it out? If he is very confident enough, only for him to come up with such a threatening judgment, that's to tell you that Omotosho is by the side of the federal government, telling Nnamdi Kanu that is giving him an ultimatum of 3 days from so date to so date to to file his complaint, and you should know that there is a consequence for what he has with the decision he has just taken. Imagine, is that supposed to be coming out from the mouth of a judge? Please let us share this video. Let everybody see the evil and the politics played by this Nigerian court. I won't call them honorable court anymore because it is now a corrupt court. Yes, it's not a corrupt court. Thank you.